All right, so we're going to get started with Grow. We're here to talk about all things Grow. We're live on the Fairstream platform. If you're in the session, go ahead and say hello. Tell us where you're tuning in from, and we'll be doing the Q&A at the end. So if you have any questions throughout the session, just put them in the chat. I'll come back to take questions, and we'll have Brett and Ryan from Grow answer your questions about positions, company, any of that. Awesome. So I am going to give everybody just a second to get in the chat. There we go. We've got people here. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the time over to Brett with Grow. He's going to talk about the company, open positions, all that good stuff. And then I will be back for the Q&A.
Yeah, thanks, Alicia. Hopefully everybody can see my screen. If you can't, will you just let me know in the chat? That would be great. So just quickly want to introduce myself. My name is Brett Garner. I am a Utah native, born and raised up in Kaysville, and that's actually where I live right now. Been with Grow for just over a year, but Rob Nelson, who is the CEO of Grow, he and I go way back. We had a business together from 2006 to 2012, and we linked up again just over a year ago to work together again, and it's been just such a blast to be here. Little bit more info about Grow really quick. We are located in Lehi, Utah. That's where our office is. Like many other software companies in the valley here. We've been essentially in business since 2014. That's when really the company got started, but kind of had our first launch in the middle of 2015, and we've been running full speed ever since. So for those of you who have not heard of Grow, Grow is in the business intelligence space. So to give you an idea, those of you from Utah, you've heard of one of our top competitors, which is Domo. But business intelligence is, in a nutshell, it's basically the ability to take multiple data sources or multiple applications, connect them into one platform, and then build metrics, dashboards, charts to measure performance, to view the data from the different applications all in one platform. And then really the key is to let the data help you make decisions. So our motto is that we want to help all organizations and all employees make data-driven decisions. So yeah, that's a little bit more about Grow. I can give even some more background. So back in 2009, when Rob and I were working together, we were pretty much following the same mantra of a lot of companies that were trying to grow fast, limited funds. It was a bootstrap company, and we were following that saying of ready, fire, or ready, aim, fire. We were just moving along as fast as we could, but we just didn't have a lot of visibility into the business. I mean, we could easily measure what our revenue was. We could measure how many new deals we were closing, but we were having a hard time measuring an ROI from our marketing spend. We were having a hard time managing bugs that were coming in from our software. What are the main reasons? It was really a difficult time for us, and we were doing like every other company. We were plugging in everything into spreadsheets, and it was very manual and very time consuming, and lots of errors, right? If you deleted one field, it would delete a formula and throw the whole spreadsheet off. So Rob went out, our CEO, Rob went out and looked for a software that he could purchase for our company that would make this all automated and give us real-time results. And we only had 45 employees at the time, and the only company that we could find out that we could get a quote from gave us a quote of $125,000 a year for this solution that we needed for this KPI measurement solution. And obviously that was way more than we could afford. And we found out that business intelligence companies back in 2009 and 2010 were really only focused on large enterprise companies. And that's why that price tag was also a large enterprise price tag. And so Rob felt like there was a big need in the market for companies like what we were, that were between like that 40 to 400 employee range, that also had a much more realistic price tag for our companies, the SMB market. And so that's where Grow came from. Is when we ended up selling our company in 2012, Rob immediately started working on Grow. And so that's just some more background about Grow. So like I mentioned, we're located here in Lehi, Utah. We have been growing, no pun intended, like crazy the last several years. We focus on, like I said, we focus on the SMB market, that 40 to 400 employees, and it's, as you know, that the space or the availability for potential customers in that demographic is extremely large. And so there's a lot of opportunities here at Grow, and one of the big things that we're trying to keep up with is hiring really, really good, talented A players to join the Grow team. And so that's kind of what leads us to where we're at right now. A little bit more about like Grow's culture. We are really, really focused on hard work, having a lot of fun. We have a really, I would say, a great space that we work at with like basketball hoops, and we bring in lunch and all of the typical things that you hear about with the Silicon Slopes, I would say, work environment. I would tell you too that the big thing that we focus on here at Grow is that we take a lot of ownership. We like to win. We do it with humility, and we do a really thorough job of looking at individuals' personalities and how they would play well with other team members to make sure that that Grow's a good fit, or that you're a good fit for the Grow culture. And if you join our open session after this, I can bring up a document that really outlines what our mission, our vision, our values, and we can provide a little bit more details on that. Hopefully you've had a chance to go in and look at the jobs that we have available here at Grow right now. We're hiring many account executives. We're looking for people ideally that are local, that can come into the office on a daily basis. There is the opportunity to work from home, but right now the revenue team has been coming into the office as we've been doing a lot of training. I'm guessing, Ryan, that people are asking about if Grow does remote
We have had a few in there
as well, but yeah, we can if you're the right fit. That's all that matters, right? Is that you're the right fit, and if you're the right fit, we can bring you in, whether you're working remote outside of Utah or in the office. but ideally it's going to be somebody that's local that can come into the office. So again, account executives looking for people that have 3 to 5 years of being an account executive, with selling around a 20K plus contract value. We're also looking for account managers. These are individuals that will then manage the customers after they're brought in by the account executive. So looking to hire a couple of those, and then as you can imagine, any software tech company, we're always hiring software engineers, QA, members of the product team. We actually have a UX position that we need to fill ASAP. So you can see that there is just a lot of opportunities to join Grow. One of the most common questions I get during the first few minutes of an interview are, what do the benefits look like? And I would tell you that our benefits are, from what I've seen, above average in the form of like premium cost, deductibles, but a few things that are unique. We do offer that unlimited paid time off, where we really want the employees to have some good balance. We give everybody an allowance to spruce up their home office, whether it's through additional technologies that you would need. Maybe it's a new chair, maybe it's some plants or something. So you get some an allowance when you come on board every single year to upgrade your home office. And then I would say that we have some other really cool features that we do when people are in the office. We bring in lunch a couple times a week. We do a lot of each quarter we do a fun team building activity. Obviously the last year a lot of those have been remote activities where we can get on and play games and have contests, and we follow the cliche of working hard and playing hard. So hopefully I have been able to give a summary of Grow and some of the positions. Ryan, can you think of anything that I left off?
Yeah, maybe a few things that I'll mention. When I was looking at places to go when I was hired with Grow, a few of the things that really stood out to me were we're still a fairly small company with a lot of opportunities to grow and develop and be in leadership roles, but we've got a product that's mature and really sells itself in most cases and fits such a large audience of customers. And so for me, it was a great fit because I could come in, really be, felt like I was at a place where my opinion mattered and where I was a part of building something and leading and, a culture where everyone's opinion is valued. But coming into a place where the product was fantastic and something that I was proud to sell, which is kind of hard to find. I've been at small companies before where I felt like we were selling a product that was still kind of in its infancy, and so it was hard to sell. And then I've been at other companies where we had a really mature product, but I didn't feel like I was as valued. And at Grow, I've really found both. So it's been a great fit for me.
Thanks, Ryan. I apologize. I should have introduced Ryan. Ryan started with Grow last summer as an account executive, and Ryan was just promoted last month to be the director of sales, and he reports to myself. I am the VP of revenue. Just three more things that I thought of that I should share before we open it up to some Q&A. How many employees does Grow have now? We have 50 employees located here in the United States, with the majority of them based out of Utah. We have also a large DevOps team and product support team based in Argentina. and Grow is in a really fun spot this year where we are looking to expand and bring on a lot of business because this fall is when our next round of funding will be. It's going to be our Series C round. So what that means is we're going to get a lot of money in the fall that we can turn around and use to expand the Grow offices outside of the United States, develop a products like a partner program, obviously invest more in product and features and integration. So it's a really fun time. And then finally, and this is I think a really important piece for everybody to make note, is that here at Grow we do offer a very generous amount of stock options. And stock options, if you're not too familiar with the way that those work, you get a pretty large chunk of stock options when you come on board, and those will vest over a period of time. And a lot of people think, well, stock is only good if you go public, and that is obviously going public is a big piece, but there's also additional ways that once your stock is vested, you're actually able to cash out through a number of different scenarios as well. So yeah, that's I think that's it in a nutshell. Alicia, do you want to jump back in and see if I can answer everyone's questions?
Yes, thank you so much, Brett and Ryan. That was a great overview of everything that Grow has going on and all the things that you offer as a company. We've got some questions in the chat. I'm going to start with this question from Tiffany. She asked, what does a typical week look like for you or for Grow employees? What are the hours? What are the kind of goals and KPIs you're looking for?
Yeah, so we're big fans of measuring performance and not necessarily measuring a time clock. I would tell you that there might be times that you feel like you need to put in some extra time to hit your targets, but you have tons of flexibility whether you come in at 9 or 10 and leave at 6 or 7 or work from 7 to 4. Lots and lots of flexibility, especially if you're a remote employee. We're mostly focused on just what it takes to get the job done. As far as metrics and KPIs that we look at, everyone in the company has metrics all the way down to our administrative assistant in the sales revenue side of the business. We're obviously looking at like new revenue that comes in, but we also are looking at prospecting and how many sequences that we're launching, how many videos we're sending out when it comes to prospecting. Support, and if you're in product support, you're looking at like how quick are we responding to customers. And so when you come on board or when you talk to your hiring manager, they can give you more details around what those KPIs are specific to the role that you're applying for.
Awesome. We've got a question here. How diverse is the Grow workforce in terms of age, race, ethnicity, women in management, etc.?
Yeah. So I would say the age range is all over the board, right? I mean, we have individuals that are just coming out of college, all the way up into the 50s. We have a really solid mix of both male and female employees at Grow. But one of the things that really attracted me to Fairstream is the focus on a more diverse group of individuals that we can bring on. Not just because it's good business, but it is the right thing to do, and that's something that really attracted me to this platform of Fairstream, was be able to bring on some individuals that have really solid strengths to bring to the team.
Awesome.
Yeah, maybe one thing I'll mention with that, the same time that I was promoted to a director of sales position, we actually recently promoted 2 female employees that we have here to other director positions at the same time. And so our leadership team is definitely a diverse team of male and female, and you know, we try to make sure that we have the right candidates in the right positions, and a big part of that is different opinions and you know, a variety of backgrounds and experiences, and that, you know, that helps our leadership team to make good decisions, I think.
That is so great. We really appreciate that here, obviously, because we're on Fairstream. Let's see what else we've got in the chat here. I know we talked a little bit about remote positions while you were presenting, but we have a couple questions about A, remote positions in general, and B, do you have remote positions working outside of the US?
So the second question I caught pretty clearly. You have a group of individuals that are right now based out of Argentina. Right now, that is the only office that we have open outside of the US. One thing that I've touched on briefly is when we get this next round of funding, we have a lot of customers in the UK, a lot of customers in Australia, and we'd be looking at opening up offices there. And when I say offices, meaning there is a lot of employment laws and tax laws in different countries. And so being able to hire or recruit, hire, and pay individuals in those countries is basically what I mean when I say opening an office, is just the ability to hire people out of those countries. But right now, really the US and Argentina are the only 2. And then remote positions, typically, it used to be, obviously before the pandemic, that we were very much office based, and when the pandemic happened, we obviously launched the work from home environment that every company put in place. And then what that did is it actually allowed us to expand the hiring all over the US. And then one thing that I thought was really cool is it allowed a lot of people that were here in Utah that were from other states to actually return home, that wanted to return home and still be able to work with Grow. So again, we are hiring and are able to hire individuals anywhere in the US. For my team, the revenue team, it is a little bit easier to get onboarded and get up and running if you are local, but certainly doesn't eliminate you from the revenue side.
Awesome. Let's see what else we've got here. We have a couple questions about like levels of roles that are available. Garrett asked, do you have entry-level roles for software engineers? What level of experience are you open to?
Yeah, we do. I would encourage you, I posted several of the positions that we have here on Fairstream. You can also go on to grow.com, click on company, click on join team, and you can see all of the positions. I don't know that I could best talk about what the entry levels are on the software engineer side, other than I know that we are hiring on all levels. It is, as you know, it's a very needed field. Is the best way to describe it. So we're always looking for talented individuals on the software side for sure.
Awesome. Okay, what else have we got here? How has COVID affected your engineering workflow?
Our engineering workflow?
Yeah, has that impacted your business? Even on the sales side, has that impacted business or anything for you?
No, actually, obviously a very scary time when it all started. Lots of unknowns. But what we found is we actually far exceeded our revenue targets during COVID. And the feedback was companies, when they started having their customers fall off or any challenges they were having on a revenue side, they really wanted to better understand how their money was being spent. They wanted to be able to predict what the future results of their business would be, and make like much more educated decisions, which is why our business grew during COVID, is because we found that companies who were trying to do this manually or maybe had more more room for having maybe more room to not hit their targets were able to like come and find Grow and then be able to maximize their budgets and maximize what they were working on to hit their revenue targets. So we actually were setting records every month during the last year of the pandemic. So it's been really, really great. And I would just say on the technical side and the employee side is the benefit is when we went remote, it did expand the opportunity we had to hire people outside of the Lehigh office here in Utah. And that's actually where the Argentina office came in, is they no longer had to be here, located here, and that's why we started recruiting and hiring in Argentina as well. So
awesome. We had a couple questions about where to apply for jobs. On the video feed below on the website, below the video, you'll see that apply button, and there are some jobs from Grow that are posted here on Fairstream. You can apply through that. And then in the chat, I also shared Grow's jobs page from their website, which is grow.com/company/careers. So you can head either to the apply button or to Grow's website to look at jobs and apply. Celine asked, are there any part-time or temporary assignments available?
not at this time, no. Everything is full-time salary positions. Yep.
Awesome. Let's see, Trissa, our friend Trissa from Bottega U, which is a coding boot camp. She asked what you would recommend for junior level developers to get their foot in the door with Grow. We also have a couple people that are coming out of coding schools and coding boot camps and coming out of college. What is something that they can do there?
Yeah, I would say the best thing to do there would be to go to the job site on our website and apply for one of the positions, which will then allow you to send over your information, and then just clearly state in the application that you're currently going to either one of those dev colleges or boot camps, and then we can look for maybe individuals that are entry level or want to do any kind of an internship. But if you will, that will be the best way to get in touch with our VP of IT, and you can provide more information from like the software engineering side.
Perfect. All right, so we have hit time. Thank you so much to Brett and Ryan for being here. They will be in the open network session that starts here in just a minute. So we'll wrap this up. Once again, if you would like to see any of Grow's job or their jobs, you can click the apply button below the video feed here, or we put the link to Grow's careers page in the chat. And if you would like to connect with anyone from Grow, you can join the open networking session immediately following this, or you can hit the network button below the video feed to message directly through the Fairstream platform.
Alicia, can I say one thing really quick?
Yes, go ahead.
For those that are still on, if you, in Fairstream, if you will just make sure that your profile is updated with your career experience. One of the things we're going to do as well is scrub through attendees and people that were registered for events, and we noticed that several individuals hadn't updated their profiles with positions they're interested in and summary information. And so if you wouldn't mind doing that, that'll help us to find you better, right? So that would be extremely helpful.
Yes, please complete your profile. That was a great point from Brett. You can do that by clicking home to open up your dashboard, and you'll see complete your profile on the banner at the top of the page, or you can click your name and manage your profile in the menu that drops down from that part of the website as well. So make sure that's updated, and then Grow can find you, and you can also connect with them in open networking. So thank you once again to Brett and Ryan for their time. We are going to wrap this up and let them head to open networking. And you can head to open networking. We also have the live DJ set on Twitch right now that you can head over to chat with community members. And we will see you all in a little bit. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.